Hi, this lecture will cover the second scale that was developed alongside the major scale, and that's the minor scale and its modalities. The minor modalities differ significantly from the major scale in sound, which also means it's constructed differently as well. The primary distinguishing characteristic of a minor scale is that ascending the scale above the first pitch, the minor third is used instead of the major third we see in the major scale. The content of the rest of the scale is determined by the type of minor scale to be constructed. As I mentioned, there are modalities, 3 of them: the natural minor, the harmonic minor, and the melodic minor, and each of them possesses a unique pattern. I will start with one most commonly used in modern music. Although in classical music, the natural minor scale wasn't usually used because it lacks a leading tone. The leading tone is what we call the note that's a semitone lower than the high final note in the scale, and the existence of the leading tone was very important in the classical era of the Western music. The C minor version of the natural minor scale is structured like this. This creates the ascending sequence of intervals: major second, minor second, major second, major second, minor second, major second, major second. A natural minor scale starting on C would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, and B flat, and it's obtained by following the same interval pattern, and that's how the natural minor sounds like. To create the natural minor from a major scale, all you got to do is lower the 3rd, 6th, and 7th a semitone, so you'll have a minor 3rd, minor 6th, and minor 7th instead. Another way to showcase the difference between the major scale and minor scale, and any other scale really, and it's used a lot, is by using numbers. The major scale having 7 notes, and we call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, being the pattern of the intervals of the major scale. For the minor scale, we say it's 1, 2, 3 with a flat, 4, 5, 6 with a flat, 7th with a flat. Reminder, those are the intervals used. The numbers without having any sharps or flat is always the major scale. It's an easier way to compare other scales to the major scale. In order to fix the lack of the leading tone, the harmonic minor is used. The harmonic minor is the scale for classical music. Although traditionally it's not used to write melodies, rather it's mostly used to create a harmony. I'll get to harmony on part 3 of the course. In modern music, it's used in writing melodies, especially in rock and metal music. Like all minor, the interval between the starting pitch and the pitch a third above is a minor third. The harmonic minor scale has a distinctive sound created by the presence of 3 minor seconds intervals between the 2nd and 3rd pitches, 5th and 6th pitches, and 7th and 8th, or the higher final, and an augmented second between the 6th and 7th pitches. The sequence of intervals of the harmonic minor scale is major second, major second, major second, major second, minor second, augmented second, and a major second. Ascending to the C minor version of the harmonic minor scale is structured like this, and the notes would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B. In number that would be 1, 2, 3 with a flat, 4, 5, 6 with a flat, and 7th. And that's how it sounds like. The last modality would be the melodic minor scale. The melodic minor scale is very similar to the major scale, having the only difference is the minor third used instead of the major third. But in Western classical music, descending the scale would be played the same way natural minor scale is played while descending. That's mostly true for Western classical. In other cultures, that's not the case. In jazz, for example, they ascend and descend the scale using the melodic minor, but in Western classical music, that wasn't the case. The generally accepted reason for the differences between the ascending and descending forms of the scale is that these particular pitch sequences are easy to sing. The melodic minor scale gets its name from the fact that it is frequently found as the central set of pitches used in melodic lines of musical created in minor modality. The sequence of intervals ascending the melodic minor scale are major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, major second, and a minor second. And descending would be major second, major second, minor second, major second, major second, minor second, and major second. basically descending the natural minor scale. So the C minor version of the melodic minor scale would look like this. The notes ascending are C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B, and descending would be B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, and C. So in numbers, ascending would be 1, 2, 3 with a flat, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And descending would be 7 with a flat, 6 with a flat, 4, 5, 3 with a flat, 2, and 1. And that's how it sounds like. As with major keys, key signatures are used to minimize the use of accidentals in minor keys. The same 15 key signatures used for major keys are also employed for minor keys, but the relationship between the key signature and the name of the scale is different. The practice is to use the set of pitches employed in the natural minor scale as the key signature for the minor key. For example, the C major scale doesn't have any sharps or flats in it, but the C natural minor scale has 3 flats in it. Therefore, the key signature for the C minor would be identical to the key signature used for E flat major. This reveals an important point. To identify the name of a key based on the given key signature, it is first to determine the modality of the music. Basically, is it played in a major or a minor key? It would be impossible to figure out without hearing the music if C minor was intended or if it was E flat major. In the same manner, every major key signature shares a minor key signature. In all cases, the minor key is represented by a key signature is a minor third below the major key represented by the same key signature. So the C major key signature doesn't have any sharps or flats. To find the minor key signature that shares the C major key signature, go down a third from the pitch C, and you get an A. So A minor and C major share the same key signature. The F major has 1 flat in it. Go down a third and you'll get the pitch D. So F major and D minor share the same key signature. This situation is for every major and minor scale. If you want to find the major from a minor scale, go a minor third up instead. So let's look at all the key signatures for the minor scale. The A minor and the C major share the same key signature and they have no flats or sharps. The E minor and the G major share the same key signature and they both have 1 sharp. The B minor and the D major share the same key signature and they both have 2 sharps. The F sharp minor and the A major share the same key signature and they both have 3 sharps. The C sharp minor and the E major share the same key signature and they both have 4 sharps. The G sharp minor and the B major share the same key signature and they both have 5 sharps. The D sharp minor and the F sharp major share the same key signature and they both have 6 sharps. The A sharp minor and the C sharp major share the same key signature and they both have 7 sharps. The D minor and the F major share the same key signature and they both have 1 flat. The G minor and the B flat major share the same key signature and they both have 2 flats. The C minor and the E flat major share the same key signature and they both have 3 flats. The F minor and the A flat major share the same key signature and they both have 4 flats. The B flat minor and the D flat major share the same key signature and they both have 5 flats. The E flat minor and the G flat major share the same key signature and they both have 6 flats. The A flat minor and the C flat major share the same key signature and they both have 7 flats. Just like the major key signatures, I highly recommend memorizing the key signatures of the minor scale. Drawing both the major scale and minor scale are easy tasks. Just use the correct key signature and start with the appropriate pitch on each. Drawing the G major, use the key signature and ascend 7 notes. Doing the E minor is the same, just start on the note E instead. The major and minor scales that have the same key signatures are said to be relative to one another. So C major scale is relative to the A minor scale, and F major is relative to D minor, and so on. And the opposite is also true. But it's also possible to use a minor scale that shares the same tonic as the major scale. Tonic is what we call the final note from now on. By altering the C major scale, you can use the C minor scale instead. You do that by, of course, lowering the 3rd, 6th, and 7th pitches a semitone, and you got yourself a C minor scale. We call them parallel, so the C major is parallel to the C minor, and the G major is parallel to the G minor. And using the parallel and relative keys, composers are able to easily move through various keys and modalities within a composition. That's the end of this lecture. Next lecture will focus on scale degrees. There are exercises available, enjoy solving them, and see you in the next video.